Good morning, dear students. Today I am going to tell you something about development of face, nose and palate. As we discuss in every class, the learning objectives first so that you know what is going to be taught today. Similarly, here we have the development of face, nose and palate. So we'll study the development of face, development of nose, development of palate and the associated anomalies related to them. Now, every topic has to be introduced. So, here in the diagram, you can see that this is a side view of the developing embryo, where you can see the developing forebrain and the pericardium. There are two prominent bulgings on the ventral aspect of the embryo, and this mesoderm developing from the forebrain forms a hook-like projection that overlaps the upper part of stomodium. Now, this overhanging projection has been named as frontonasal prominence. Here you can see that there is a side view along with the ventral aspect of the developing embryo. This is the end of the 4th week, where you will find 5 facial prominences. Those 5 facial prominences are: one is frontonasal prominence, as you can see in the diagram labeled. Then there are 2 maxillary prominences on either side of the developing stomodium and the 2 mandibular prominences. This is electron microscopic view of the developing embryo, showing the frontonasal prominence, maxillary and the mandibular prominences. Now, on both sides of the frontonasal prominence, local thickenings of the surface ectoderm, that is the nasal placodes, develop. See, on the frontonasal prominence, nasal placodes are formed, and these nasal placodes undergo burrowing type of thing, so that in the center, nasal pits are formed. As you can see here, this black and white structure, black surrounding is there with the blue and yellow part. So this is the nasal pit. Now, whenever there is a pit, there is heaping up of something around the pit. As when you see there is a hole that is dug in the ground by a man or person, then you can see that he piles up the soil around that hole only. Similar is the case with the nasal pit. When the nasal pit is formed, there is heaping up of mesoderm around the nasal pit. Now, this mesoderm, which is heaped around the nasal pit, has been divided into 2 components. One is the yellow part, that is the medial nasal prominence, and the other one is the lateral part, that is blue in color and is known as lateral nasal prominence. So, the frontonasal prominence further subdivides into 2 medial nasal prominences and 2 lateral nasal prominences. Right? Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to talk about the development of face, nose and palate. The learning objectives for today's topic are, by the end of the class, you should be able to tell about the development of face, nose, palate and the associated anomalies. Now, this is a side view of the developing human embryo, where you can find the developing brain along with the pericardium. There are 2 bulges, as you can see in the diagram. The cranial bulge is the developing brain and the caudal bulge is the developing pericardium. And in between the 2 is the stomodium, that is separated from the outside by the buccopharyngeal membrane. Now, this developing forebrain forms a hook-like projection. As you can see in the view, that there is a hook-like projection that overlaps the upper part of developing stomodium. This hook-like projection has been named as frontonasal prominence. See, in the diagram you can see it is written as process, whereas I have written it as prominence. So there is a variation in this. In In some books it is written as process, whereas in some books it is written as prominence. So you can name either the two according to your convenience. Now the face is formed by 5 facial prominences. These are named as one is single frontonasal prominence, that is lying in the midline, as you can see in the ventral aspect of the developing embryo and the side view of the developing embryo. You cannot appreciate the facial prominences. So this is the ventral aspect of the developing embryo, where you can appreciate the frontonasal prominence in the midline, and on either side there are 2 maxillary prominences, whereas caudally there is mandibular prominence. These again are 2 in number. Now this frontonasal prominence, it forms nasal placoid on either side. These nasal placoids are actually the thickenings of the surface ectoderm, which invaginate to form the nasal pits. Now these nasal pits are something, you can take an example as if someone is digging a hole in the ground, and when that hole is continuously dug by that person, the soil that is removed from that particular hole is piled around that hole only. So similar is the case with the nasal pit. When this nasal pit is formed, heaping up of mesenchyme takes place around that pit, and that heaping up is known as prominence. So this nasal pit divides the heaped up prominence into 2 components. Here in the diagram it is shown in yellow color, that is the medial nasal prominences on either sides, and the blue colored ones are the lateral nasal prominences. So there are 2 pairs again, 2 medial nasal prominences and 2 lateral nasal prominences, whereas the orange color is the maxillary prominence, and caudally it is the mandibular prominence. Simultaneously, in the next 2 weeks, the maxillary prominences, they increase in size and they compress the medial nasal prominences. Now, when these medial nasal prominences are compressed, the gap or the cleft between the maxillary prominences and the medial nasal prominences is lost, and hence fusion occurs. Now, this upper lip, as you can see, the upper lip is formed by the fusion of 2 medial nasal prominences and 2 maxillary prominences. So the medial nasal prominences, they form, see the yellow one, they form the philtrum of the upper lip and the crest and bridge of nose. Whereas the lateral nasal prominences, these blue ones, they do not contribute in the formation of upper lip. Thank you.